in Sonoma County, a public health director in Merced County, and several other high-level related positions. Tammy has a master's of public health and health education from San Jose State University and a master's of business administration and accounting from Regis University in Denver. I am also very pleased to introduce a very familiar face in Mendocino County, Ann Mulgard. Ann Mulgard has accepted the position of the Health and Human Services Agency Chief Operations Officer. As many of you know, Ann has been the Executive Director of First Five Mendocino for over 15 years. Prior to First Five, Ann was the Executive Director of the E-Center in Mendocino County. Ann has a Doctorate of Law degree from Hastings College of Law in San Francisco and a bachelor's degree in History, Political Science, and Spanish from UC Santa Barbara. If it pleases the board, I would like to give our new employees an opportunity to address the board.
Thank you, Heidi. Good morning, Chairman Jurdy and honorable members of the board. It has been a pleasure over the last 2 weeks to interview with and get to know both Carmel and several members of your team here. And I'm really excited to come and join Mendocino County, moving from the Sierra Foothills over here next month. And I can't tell you how delighted I was to learn late last week of Ann's appointments and the fact that we'll be starting together. Ann and I actually have known each other for more than a decade. We served on some statewide committees together around services for children more than 10 years ago. We've worked together even recently when I was in Sonoma County, and I'm really excited for her and I to be a team together to help work with you to really address the health and human services needs of your constituents and really our community here in Mendocino County. So thank you for having me here today, and I'll let Ann say a few words as well.
Tired of hearing from me. I think this might all be a ruse so that they hear less of me. And if so, I fully accept that mission. Happy to be of service on the inside. My arm was getting tired, like throwing the Molotov cocktails, so I appreciate the faith that you all have in letting I wouldn't call myself an agitator, but letting somebody who is not afraid to point out that we have some issues and to bring them into the fold, because I don't think you're bringing me in to stifle me. I really think you're bringing me in just for some new, just outside of county energy to work with people who have lots of county and public experience and all the great employees that are at HHSA and move forward. So thank you.
Thank you both. Supervisor Brown.
Well, I know I'm overjoyed. So welcome, ladies, and I look forward to working with you as we move into the future. Congratulations.
Yes. Okay, are there any other public comments on non-agenda items? No, we do have one. Mary Jane Montana.
Good morning, Board. Mary Jane Montana, Interim Shelter Director. Just giving you a quick update, and there'll be a comprehensive update. I believe it's the first meeting in May from us, so that we can show you where we started, where we are now, and where we'd like to end up. So great news. We have our new county website, mendoanimalshelter.com, is up and running. It has individual folders for lost and found and adoptable animals, all on there: dogs, cats, pigs, horses, whatever we happen to have this week. And each one has its bio and gives you a little bit more information about it. So we're pretty excited about that. It's still partly under construction, but we decided to go ahead and launch it and get it out there so we get our animals out there a little bit better. Also online on the county website are our statistics, both year-to-date and monthly, and also includes the number of animals that were in the shelter at the beginning of the year, the number of animals we have now, average length of stay, both for animals that were adopted, returned to owner, or transferred. So that information is readily available both to the board and the public. I'm still pleased that our combined live release rate for dogs and cats is at 92%. We had a a litter of puppies come in that had parvovirus that was too far along for us to treat, so that kind of added to our numbers for euthanasia this month. But adoptable dogs are going out. They're being transferred. I hope you've seen that they've been going to Canada and all kinds of places everywhere. So it's been great with the help from our volunteers, working with the rescues. This month, in March, we've had 645 volunteer hours. And not this month, last month, excuse me. And that was up 120 hours from February. So our volunteers are really a big part of our activities there, both in socializing our animals and helping us get photos and just doing a wide variety of things. Staff is going to be participating along with volunteers in a large adoption event for Ken Fowler on April 29th. And please, 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 I still haven't seen any of you down at the shelter. Please come on down. And it's finally kitten season. We've had our first litter of abandoned kittens come in. They're at a foster's house, and we've had 2 litters born at the shelters. So get your kitty friends out there.
Okay, Supervisor Brown?
Could you restate what are the public hours?
Public hours are 10 to 5 every day, except every day, Monday through Saturday, except on Wednesday it's 10 to 7. Okay?
Supervisor Hamburg?
Yes, I wanted to ask the same question as Supervisor Brown, because I do feel remiss in not having gotten down there, and I definitely plan to do that. I wanted to ask, is the caravan getting over to the coast yet?
Yes, it has.
It has, okay.
Yeah, it's been operating several days, I want to say probably about 6 days a month. The veterinarian and the registered veterinary technician went on an outing to Mexico to spay and neuter down there for a couple of weeks, so that took a little piece out of our caravan, but they're back and it's operating several days a week right now. And it's Laytonville, the coast, and
Okay, so it is getting to
yeah,
up and down the coast.
it is.
I'm very glad that's back in service. And I also just want to personally thank you for the stabilizing influence you have had at the shelter. I don't know if any, I think there are few people who could have done what you have done. And I realize there's still a lot of turmoil, or some turmoil, and there are still challenges ahead. And a lot of work has been put on staff because of, not necessarily your staff, but internal staff, because of continued concerns from certain members of the public. But I do hear a lot from volunteers, and to a person they praise what you've been able to accomplish over the last couple of months at the shelter. So I just wanted to thank you for that.
Well, thank you very much, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without the support of the executive office and you too. But
Yes.
it's a breath of fresh air to have lots of support from the top as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any other public comments on non-agenda items?
Hello, Mark Montanus.
Letter, the decision to terminate me had already been made, yet as I was handed the letter, I was told that now was my chance to explain myself. I would like my due process rights. The allegations in the termination letter are false, and this is about my First Amendment rights. During my time as a volunteer, I never received any warnings. I have multiple emails from the supervisor and other volunteers proving that my opinion on social media was a problem to them, something